Hello, I'm Samuel and this is 51st Parallel. Today I have a new guest. He is from India, doing his master's here at Wrocław University of Science and Technology. Since India is a beautiful and extremely diverse country, I couldn't miss a chance and not talk about it on today's podcast. I want to apologize in advance for mispronounced words because I don't know any other languages spoken there except for English, of course, so don't be harsh on me. As always, I hope you'll find this episode interesting and maybe learn something new. Alright, we're rolling and I guess we can start. Hi, I'm Samuel and I have Junaid here with me. Hi.
Hello there. Hello, Samuel, and hello, beautiful people there.
How are you doing today?
I'm really doing good, really doing good. Beautiful country, beautiful people, and like happiness all around.
That's good. That's really great. By the way, I've recorded the introduction and probably the only thing I forgot to mention is what is your department here? So is it W10?
Yeah, it's W10, Mechanical Engineering, and I'm specialized in automotive engineering.
Oh, okay, good. So what do you plan to do in the future? That's not a secret.
Basically, that's not a secret, but life never goes as planned, so you always need to have two plans working simultaneously. So I'm thinking of maybe a second master's or a PhD maybe, or maybe get a good job, settle down, and that's all.
Okay, that's good. Do you like it? It seems like you do.
Yeah, it's really interesting, because I've always dreamt of learning these practical scenarios, like the practical approach that they're teaching here. So yeah, I'm really happy about what's going on. I'm learning a lot of new things daily. So yeah.
That's great. And you did your master's in India, right?
No, I did my bachelor's.
I'm sorry, bachelor's.
Yeah. I did my bachelor's from India. And there is a city called as Mangaluru. It's near the coastal area. So it's like totally hot, like hot and humid. But the place is so beautiful. Like I enjoyed my bachelor's.
By the way, where are you from in India? What's the name of the city?
So I'm from the southern part of India. There is a state called as Karnataka.
Okay.
So basically, I'm born and brought up in the north part of Karnataka, but I have grown up. I grew up in the southern part of Karnataka, which is towards Kerala. And yeah, basically my schooling, my college, my bachelor's, all these happened in the southern part of Karnataka. So basically I'm in the middle of it. So
okay, interesting. Yeah. So was your university what I'm trying to figure out is, was your university far from home, or where was it? I mean, where is again? Can you repeat that? Mangaluru, right?
Mangaluru, yeah.
Mangaluru. Okay, yeah.
So earlier my parents used to live 5 hours away from my university. Then unfortunately, when I was in my second year of degree, they got transferred back home. So it was around 800 to 900 kilometers away.
Okay.
So yeah, it was quite far after then, but the journey always excites me, going around, maybe going home or going around somewhere. So I didn't mind if it was near or far.
Yeah, the distances are just huge. You said something around 800 kilometers or 900 kilometers.
You can imagine I used to go weekly to home, just to go around if I have holidays. I was not a bright kid, I was not a bright student when I was doing my college degree. But I used to love traveling, So going back home is just like an adventure, get a bus.
A journey.
Yeah, so
wow,
quite interesting.
That's amazing. And by the way, now you're even further from home, right?
Yeah, now it's 10,000 and odd.
Yeah. But still, do you miss home?
Yeah, obviously, home is home. Even if you're somewhere you really want to be, but home is somewhere you always want to be.
That's true. But still, I mean, you have you had this summer you had the chance to go there, right?
Yeah, lucky enough that I got like 3 months vacation and had a like huge adventure. I went back home, went around. I met people. They were happy because I was doing my masters abroad and all this thing.
That's really great. It sounds like it was really good and you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Because when you came back, by the way, it was very funny because probably I should mention that I had known you before, but the funny part was when you came back and you had your haircut, because before that you had like long hair, and you came back and the first thing you said was like, "Remember me?" or something like that.
Exactly.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't remember you.
It's funny that even my parents did not recognize me when I had a haircut.
Really?
So it's obvious you would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where did you have it? I mean, was it here in Poland and then you went to India? And
No.
surprised them? Oh, okay. It
had
was
my
in India, but still, you came
Yeah.
back home and they were like, "Who are you?"
So I went to this like a saloon where they actually like donate the hair to the cancer
Oh,
trust.
yeah.
Okay. So I just go in there and give my hair. Like I have a haircut. They do a haircut for free. They take out my hair and they just tie it up and parcel that to the trust.
Yeah.
So after I came back from there, they were like, they didn't recognize me at first, and they were like, "Oh, it's you."
Let's talk a little bit about India. And again, as I said, India is just, extremely diverse, and it is extremely beautiful. But also another thing that I would like to ask you is, how is it in the countries that are around you? Because they used to be parts of India, right? Like before the partition of India. So what do these people associate themselves with? And also, like, it is the question also for Indians, because I'm trying to understand, people in a small country, they know that they live in, how to explain that? Okay, well, let's put it like this. There are some small countries and people, they associate themselves with these countries, right? But in some huge countries, I mean, sometimes people associate themselves more with their community, with their, I don't know, region or city, perhaps, rather than the whole nation, the whole country. So how is it in India?
So, like you said, like India is diverse in geography also, as well as cultural diversity. Like there are like more than like, I don't know, 18,000 or something religions, languages spoken and religions, etc. But the countries around India, they have like a similar cultural background because they have been formed from India itself. So if you go towards Pakistan, there are people, the northwestern Punjab and Haryana. So there are like two states which have like the similar cultural backgrounds as Pakistan. So basically the people in Haryana and Punjab also live in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this, like in Pakistan, people also talk Punjabi.
Yeah, that's also what I wanted to ask you, because like I'm trying to find this border, because in some countries it is obvious, like for example Poland is the most Western Slavic country, and later you have Germany, which is obviously not a Slavic country. So I'm trying to find this border here. Where is it? Like, so basically like Pakistan, India, let's say Myanmar, right? Is it Myanmar or
Myanmar is right next to Bangladesh.
Yeah. I mean, sure, Bangladesh and all these countries are sort of with similar culture, right?
Like almost similar. For example, I told you about Punjab and Haryana. They are similar, like with Pakistan.
Yeah.
Pakistan has the similar cultural background, and there is Kolkata, okay, which we call West Bengal.
Okay.
If you know, there is a Bay of Bengal, the sea Bay of Bengal. So the part West Bengal, actually the Bangladesh, and it has the same cultural background. As in, like, all the festivals celebrated in West Bengal is similar to as that of in Bangladesh. Because the people of Bangladesh are nothing but like people who lived in Kolkata earlier. Because partition has only differentiated them through lands, not their cultural similarities.
And actually, I've heard that in some countries the British Empire did it intentionally. Like in Africa, for example, they made these, artificial states just to divide people and divide different tribes. So can we also apply that to India in some way?
I'm not being rude, but the reality is like British always, like, they believed that if they want to rule, they need to divide the place. But it's like divide and rule.
From the Roman Empire.
So,
this principle is very old.
Yeah. So they obviously wanted to be there for a long time. Pakistan was also created with the intention to maybe raise a conflict. I'm not sure. But as far as it's my opinion, so I say that actually the lines have created a lot of conflicts.
I see.
And I can say that it was on purpose by the British, but saying again, I'm not trying to offend anyone.
I see. What about, so we've talked about like Pakistan and Bangladesh and Myanmar. What about some other countries which are further, like let's say Afghanistan? Is it different already, or is it still in this cultural zone?
Earlier there were like 2 states of Afghan which were like earlier in 1700s.
Okay.
Which were like a part of India earlier.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There were 2 states, or like maybe 2 cities, you can say. But later on, like in 1750s or 1760s, I just don't know, but I'm not sure about that. But they were given back, like they were taken back. So there are, like, if you consider like Islam as a cultural thing, then maybe there are some cultural similarities between Afghan, Pakistan and India, Bangladesh. But in India there's like diverse religions, so yeah, it's hard to find similarities, but there are.
And of course, like China is different already. I mean,
obviously.
So there's the line. I see. And what about Nepal? Let's talk about Nepal. Is it different? Because I don't know.
It's never been part of India, but like the Nepalese language has the same roots as of the Indian languages.
Okay.
The mother of all languages in the Dravidian languages, it's Sanskrit. Okay, so this region where the languages are similar, in our area we call it as Dravidian languages. Okay, there are like numerous languages, as I told you, like 1800 unofficial. Like it's like 18,000.
That's
bad. I'm sorry. So there is a different variation in different regions. So the languages go on changing from south till north, from west till east. There are like differences in languages. But Nepalese is somewhere similar with Hindi.
So can you understand, let's say, the Nepalese people?
I've never met any Nepali, but I've tried to see some videos or something. But I thought like I could understand like a gist of it, like a bit.
That's interesting. Yeah. So anyway, it has similar roots.
As Sanskrit is the mother language of Nepalese. So.
Okay, and you've mentioned earlier that you like to travel, and let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what have you visited?
You mean in India?
In India, of course. Yeah, in India.
So basically, in India, as I told you, there are mountains, there are plateaus, there are grasslands, there are like ghats, there are coastal areas, there are coral reefs, there are islands. So yeah, it's geographical diverse as well, and I've been to like almost all the places in India, like not all of them, the main places. As in like the only place where I haven't been yet is, I think, Orissa.
What is it?
Orissa, it is actually famous for the sun temple, the Konark sun temple. This place, the temple is built in such a way that there is a wheel, okay?
Yes.
The time wheel.
Uh-huh.
The first ray of the sunrise falls on that wheel and the sunrise is seen in whole of India. So it has this importance because the first ray of light hits that wheel, the temple.
Yes.
So it's called as the sun temple.
Yeah, okay.
So I actually want to, visit that. Maybe next time when I go back to India, if I have a long trip, maybe. And I have been to the Himalayas. I have been to the Thar Desert. I have been to the Ghats. There are like 4 main: Aravali, Shivalik, Nilgiri, and Udaigiri. There are these 4 ranges of mountains. And coming to the coastal areas, I've been to all the coasts.
Okay.
Okay, the coastline starts from Gujarat and it comes down to Kerala, and there is the last point of India called as Kanyakumari.
Yeah, I've heard of this point.
Yeah. So after that, it goes back till Kolkata.
Wow. Speaking of this, again, how did you what did you call it? This last point of India.
Kanyakumari. Yeah.
Okay, so basically the interesting part of this point is that you can see the sunrise and sunset, right?
Yeah.
From the ocean.
Yeah. Because it's like having 3. You can say like 3 oceans merging each other.
Once you told me that to really see India, you need at least 1 year.
At least to cover one state, you need at least a month.
Yeah.
So
and by the way, how many states are there?
Earlier there were 28. Now I think it's 32.
32. Okay,
yeah,
so
because
they divided some states.
Yeah, some states were divided, and I think there are 32. I'm not sure of the numbers because I'm bad at studies, guys. So just don't go on my numbers.
Let it be something around 30.
Yeah.
Okay, and actually, I've heard of something like lost cities in India. That's another, again, interesting aspect, because of course India is very old, and I mean there were civilizations back 2,000 years before Christ, and probably even earlier. So yeah, do you know anything about that, and have you visited some?
There is a lost city called the Dwarika. According to Hindu mythology, there is this one city called as Dwarka, which is known to be the place of Lord Krishna. Okay. So this is believed that near the coast of Gujarat, there is a city called as Dwarka. The oldest city of Dwarka is said to be submerged in the sea, which is actually a scuba diving point in Gujarat. So I don't know, it's like somewhere around before Christ. Yeah, it's before Christ, but I'm not sure about the exact timings or the period of time.
Me neither, don't worry. I just said 2,000 years ago, like back before Christ. It was approximate, at least what I understand.
Yeah, it's before Christ, and it's said to be submerged like more than 6 times. So people go around for scuba because scientists have also conducted a carbon dating thing. So they found it to be dating before Christ, like 700 or 1700 before Christ.
Oh, 1700. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the number, but yeah, there is this one city, and there is something called as Vijayanagar. There was one dynasty called as the Vijayanagara Samrajya, means the dynasty of Vijayanagar, which was said to be the richest among the dynasties in the whole world, like among the richest. Okay, so even this city is said to be lost. Then there are like several of them.
Wow, you've also mentioned that there is this city where a part of a city is submerged underwater, and it is a famous like scuba diving place.
Yeah.
So now I guess it is better for you because you got your scuba diving license, right?
Yeah.
So now you
Yet to
can
get
go
my
there.
license.
Oh,
though.
yet to get, okay.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you completed the course, so
Yeah.
yeah, good. That's good.
I
You want to
hope
go
to.
there and to
Yeah, obviously. I want to go there, and I want to go to these Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Islands, which are parts of India. These islands actually belong to India.
Mhm.
So there are like great scuba diving places around these islands. So maybe, yeah, I want to go.
That's great. Okay, I have one more question for you. When you came here to Poland, what were some differences between like India and Poland? Some main, some crucial differences that struck you.
Coming to the crucial differences, I think the main differences was like I was seeing a new kind of city, like in perspective of architecture, in perspective of maybe language, in perspective of culture.
Mm-hmm.
And people are really disciplined in Europe, like since you don't have much of population, so it's easier to be disciplined, like, but in India, if you want to be disciplined, you need to get like together like more number of people, which actually difficult to make them learn. So yeah, I think the population plays the major role here.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came here, it was really smooth, like people were helping, people were smiling, like they were doing all in their power to help me. And when I came here, the transportation system is easy. You can go anywhere with the transportation. And whenever you ask anyone for help, if they don't know, they smile at you and they say, "I'm sorry, I don't know this. Maybe my friend can help you." In turn, they ask for help to the other person, since I don't know Polish, obviously. So
That's
yeah,
good.
it was a
Yeah.
beautiful experience when I came here. I really love the people and the culture here.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to India, I think the cities are more clean.
Mm-hmm.
People are more disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to go around anywhere in here.
Mm-hmm.
And the architectures are beautiful in both places. I don't mean to say, even in India, the similarity you can find is people are really helping, They are very open as of like Polish people. So I think there are two similarities between India and Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're welcoming, they're happy always, they're ready to help you. And the architecture, like each has its own beauty,
Mm-hmm.
It has its own beauty.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Definitely.
yeah. So you cannot ask me more because I cannot describe and I cannot differentiate between my motherland and the one that's giving me food,
I understand. Yeah. I understand that, obviously. Just makes me wonder also about one more thing that I've heard that in India, you told me that in India it is super easy to, to move around, to settle in a new place, right?
Yeah.
Because, also because of the culture, that it is, like, how is it connected? Because I've heard that in India you can basically come to someone's house and they will, just be friendly and hospitable and pour you a cup of tea or something like that. Whereas, of course, in these countries, in the European countries, that's not that normal for a stranger to come to another person's house.
There is a saying in Hindi, "Doodh mangonge" means "Doodh mangoge to kheer denge, madad mangoge to jaan de denge."
Okay.
That means if you ask for milk, we will give you a sweet. Okay? It's like basically more than that.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask for help, we are even ready to sacrifice our life for you.
Wow.
So this is a saying in India. So yeah, it's easier in India. You can go and settle anywhere in India, even though you have cultural differences. But the thing is, people are very welcoming. Even I've heard from foreigners coming to India, and some of them are just asking for directions, and they told me that one of my friend took them home. They invited them for dinner. They let them stay in their house for 3 days, and just a stranger, you can think of it, the scenario. So I've seen a lot of reviews online. I've seen videos of bloggers. They said that India is really hospitable and people are really friendly. So I really feel proud of that. Yeah, we do that. But in India, it's really easy, as you said. We can go and settle anywhere, even though we have cultural differences. Because we are governed by one government, the central government. So all our documents are from the central government. Only thing, when we go to the different state, we need to get state certificates from them, the documents from them. That's the only thing you need to do when you want to move into any other city.
Okay, wow. That's a great country. I mean, one day I want to visit this country, certainly. Again, to see the beauty of the nature, and also to see the culture, and to see the people who live there.
You're always welcome.
Thank you for your welcome. It seems like you're, I don't know, the Prime Minister of India.
No, see.
No, I'm just kidding. You
the
said
thing is, the country is so welcoming. You can move in and move out anytime, and it's not a big problem. You don't have need a lot of documentation, but it's easier when you can move in and move out easily. So obvious thing, you're always welcome.
Thank you. Okay, I guess we can finish here, and thank you very much for coming. And
I just want to add one more thing, guys.
Okay, sure.
As I told you, I'm bad with numbers.
So
the states are 28.
28 states. Okay, but you said it at first.
Yeah, they were they are still not included, and there are 8 union territories in India, which are not considered as states. They have different governance. There's something called as states and the union territories. For example, the capital of India, Delhi, is actually a union territory. It's not a state. That's what I wanted to add, because I don't think you knew the concept of union territories.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to add, and I think that's all. Thank you, Samuel, for having me here.
Thank you very much for coming, and hope to see you somewhere in the future on the podcast.
Sure, I would be interested more than you, maybe, to join you.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, just to tell this was my first ever podcast in my life, and thanks to Samuel, I'm sitting here with him. Thank you for this wonderful experience. Have a nice day, and see you, beautiful people. Keep enjoying, keep rocking.
The only thing I can say is yes. Thank you very much, and you too, man. So have a nice day. Bye.
Take care.